everybody's packet. It looks like this.
My recommendation is that we don't go over 9.5. That was the same thing we did last year. 9.5, I think, would be the top that we would ask for, not to exceed.
All right, Mr. President, we're ready.
Yeah, I was giving them an opportunity to have a look. So, do you have any questions for Mr. Young concerning the military?
You got a page of them on it? Give it.
No, I don't think it's.
Mr. Session, we at 9.5, right?
We were
We are,
9.5
yes.
All
last
right,
year,
board members, we're at 9.5 already.
Yeah.
and we ended up at 9.2623 last year. My goal is to lower this as we move along, but right now, 9.5 is as high as you ever want to get anywhere. So I would go with that, and we'll probably end up lower.
Now, one more question, Mr. President, if you don't mind. Yes, sir, go ahead, Mr. Session. Now, if we went down lower versus where we're at now, will the taxpayers see a reflection for us?
To me, that's dangerous to go lower than we are. I mean, we were at a 9.26 last year, but when you tell them that, you tell the state that's what you're going to do,
Right.
that's all you can do.
Okay.
So if you tell them you're a little bit higher, you're better off. So that's why I'm recommending 9.5.
Okay.
Except on the TV if you want to see the
Yeah. All right.
All right, you've heard from staff. Well, it'll require a motion for approval of that.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we accept recommendation coming from our city manager on military remaining at 9.5.
second question.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion carries.
All right, the next one I want to ask Miss Joanne to tell us when she thinks is a good date and time for attending the budget hearing.
Well, actually, the clerk has done some legwork, and it looks like our best options are to stay with our regular council meeting in September, September 10th at 5:30. It's a Tuesday for our tentative budget hearing, and then the final hearing. It does look like we'll be able to utilize a Tuesday of September 24th at 5:30 in the evening at City Hall. The county has not firmly voted their dates. We're in line. School board picks first, then the county picks, and then we get to pick. So they have it on their agenda where these dates will work out. If something happens and it changes, then we would come back to you. But this should work out. So we're proposing to have our tentative hearing on September 10th, Tuesday, 5:30, and our final hearing September 24th, Tuesday at 5:30.
Now, those dates, does that coincide with the regular scheduled city council meeting and CRA?
I believe it does.
So they happen at the same time, or does it
Yes.
have to be prior?
No, it'll
to
be
it?
right after.
Okay, so it'd be immediately following.
Yeah,
No, it'd be at 5:30 this year.
you're going to push the CRA a little bit? Okay, that works.
CRA will be
Yeah,
after.
we
And
do.
how about the one on the 10th?
That's a regular.
That's our regular meeting time, so it'll be that.
We open with that.
Open with that.
That's our first item.
Well, thank you.
All right, question. As far as this will begin our new budget year, 2025, starting October?
October 1st, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, we'll be provided with 2024 budget.
I have already distributed to the departments paperwork for them to put their requested budgets for 2025, and then we'll get that put together with the revenues to work out, how it looks, and then we'll begin our work.
Will council be provided one?
Oh, council, I believe, will be involved. Very much so.
Just like
We'll
we did
try
last
to
year.
propose what
Well-
the departments are requesting, and you will have input. We need your input for,
Well,
any large things especially.
Most of y'all know how I feel about some of this stuff, but sometimes it's already done, then we put before us, we gotta make a vote and all that stuff, without having proper understanding of moving on and putting things in and all of that. That's why I asked that question. So as long as we get provided one, and then what we need to add to that budget, as we as city council who represent our district, things around our district. So as long as we are provided with that and not rushed on anything and make a decision, or a decision already been made, we'll get our hands dirty like everybody else. All right with that? If not, I'll voice my opinion.
If I
There should be
recall,
some workshops.
last
I would
last
imagine.
time we had some workshops and also met individually with Ms. Joanne and the city manager. I think,
We did.
Mr. Sessions.
Well,
So independently,
Yeah.
we can all meet together.
right. But once again, workshop, how I feel about that. They're not quickies. I mean, workshop, we work it out, we talk it out and all that, we discuss it. And 30 minutes, 20 minutes, or whatever else, those are not workshops. When you get in there and roll your sleeves up and answer all questions and all that, to me, that's a workshop. As long as we are going to do fair, I'm not sure we'll be repeating this every time we talk about workshop, but let's go ahead and do a workshop. All right?
All right, so we will have to have a motion to set these dates as the official budget hearings. So someone offer a motion?
Off motion that we set these tentative dates are already set, that we will follow those close as possible unless it has to be a necessity of changing.
All right, a motion and a second. All in favor? Opposed? All right, motion passed.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
All right, item C.
All right, council, going to read these resolutions that we have before us tonight. City Council Resolution Number 2024-10, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, authorizing the execution of grant agreement DO-288 with the Florida Department of Commerce, providing for the acceptance of a grant award of up to $601,000 in reimbursable costs associated with the 68th Street Water and Sewer Improvement Project, and providing for an effective date.
All right, we have a motion.
Motion to approval of the grant resolution 2024-10.
Second.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?
All right, before we move on,
Sure, discussion.
no, I'm done with that. Question. Whose duty is it to read these resolutions? Is it the attorney or the clerk?
Typically, in our the jurisdictions we've handled, you're just reading it into a record. I'm familiar with them, I drafted them, so I read the titles.
I'm okay with that.
Helping John.
That way John's just keeping
Yeah.
up with them.
Yeah, I know you okay with that, yeah.
I'm just writing notes as y'all speak.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure we're not alleviating from city charter and all that.
No, sir.
Or we done added something new and don't know about it.
Just for clarification, that was a motion, a second, and all in favor. So that motion passes.
Yes.
Moving on to item D.
Item D would be City Council Resolution 2024-17, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, authorizing the appropriation of sewer repair reserve funds, providing for severability, providing for conflict, and providing an effective date.
All right. Also requires a motion for approval.
We'll have a discussion after that.
Call for a motion, city council resolution number 2024-17.
All right, have a motion.
Second.
And a second now, we can have discussion.
All right, Mr. Curtis, not Curtis. Session,
Yes, sir.
elaborate on D, please.
This is the one where I went to the Swanner Water Management and begged them for $300,000 so we could finish this project. Is this one here?
This
This one, Joanne.
Oh,
Sewer repair.
Never mind. There's
We need to do
many
that.
sewer things involved right
Yeah,
now. Go ahead, Joanne.
Mr.
I
Ames.
misspoke.
Okay.
This one is approximately, I would say approximately 10 years ago, the city sleeved the water mains. The mains were clay pipe construction. Many had cracked and were leaking. So the city took out loans to re-sleeve those, and they had a company come through. They did, I'm going to say 70 to 80% of the mains.
Sure.
I had included in the packet a little sheet with the total cost. It was a huge cost with small but large portion of loans that were not forgiven. A large portion, a big amount of it was the TARP funds, if you all remember those TARP funds. We're about halfway through paying the loan off, or it's multiple loans, but we're about halfway with that 20-year loan.
That's
And-
up, excuse me, that's up to $10 million thing.
No,
Okay.
this is, if you see, it was like a $15 million project. 11 million or almost 12 was a debt forgiveness, and the city has been continuing to pay off the 3.5 million that it actually cost the city to do that work.
One more, hold on, Mr. Stewart.
Mhm.
If I can remember correctly, I think President Obama was in office. There's some money.
That was
the
TARP
city-
money.
Uh,
That was the TARP money.
and we got about, what, $2 million?
No.
The city.
No, we got 11 or 12 million forgiveness with that TARP money.
Okay,
We didn't have to pay that portion back.
okay.
Now, to fund the amount that we did have to pay back is the sewer repair reserve or sewer assessment on the utility bills. It's a very small fee, and I'm not going to be able to remember to tell you what it is, but it's one amount for residents and one amount for commercial accounts. But that commitment was made for those dollars to help pay off the loans. It didn't do the whole thing, but it pays the majority of them. But we just have to do a resolution to move that money from a reserved spot that it goes to at year end over to pay off the debt. And that's what this resolution is. It's simply freeing up those funds to pay this year's debt.
And just for clarification, that is that the 15.331 million and then all the leftover after the forgiveness. Is that I guess it's a question. Is that from the prison?
No, this has nothing to do with the prison. This is SSES on your budget documents that I send out every quarter, your budget documents. The SSES loans are this, and it's just the sleeving of the mains. That was like a canvas that they fed into the lines, and then they heated it with water, and it solidified and made more or less a PVC pipe in there. So that's what that was.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Joanne, you may have already said it, how much money are we talking about moving over? That's in,
It's in the resolution,
$187,000.
and it was the amount of the
187.
sewer reserve that was collected last year throughout the year on the utility bills. So we are moving,
$187,000.
Yep.
$137,000. Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
No,
Further discussion? All right, so we have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? All right, motion passes.
thank you very much.
City Council Resolution number 2024-18, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, authorizing the execution of Grant Agreement D at 274 with the Florida Department of Commerce, providing for the acceptance of a grant award of up to $285,000 in reimbursable costs associated with the redevelopment of Heritage Square and providing for an effective date.
All right, again, this will require a motion.
Offer a motion to approve resolution number 2024-18.
Have a motion, have a second?
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion? Discussion?
Who elaborated on this particular item here?
I can, or Jason can.
No, George.
George.
All right. Just come on, Mr. Curtis.
There's a lot of topics.
Development manager for the city. This is a grant that we became aware of several months ago, brought to the attention by Utah, our consultants out of Tallahassee that we contract with. And it's a planning grant. It funds studies, evaluations, and designs of utility infrastructure and stormwater planning for the Heritage Square project. So we have the Heritage Square area identified. We have some improvements that are being put out to bid and that we'll be working towards. But for the future development of that entire area, the existing infrastructure that's there can't sustain a lot of new growth, new development on that area. So this money will help pay for the design and the assessment of where the water and sewer is, the natural gas, and how the stormwater could be designed in order to facilitate and support future growth in that area. So it saves the city and the CRA from having to spend this money in-house. It was a good award to be successful as.
Any more questions of Mr. Curtis? Further discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. On to number F, or letter F.
City Council Resolution 2024-22, the resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, authorizing the execution of Second Amendment to Memorandum of Agreement number 20/21-199 between Swanee River Water Management District and the City of Live Oak associated with the underground recharge wetland project and providing for an effective date.
All right, do we have a motion?
I'll move that we approve resolution number 2024-22.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion?
All right, Mr. Curtis, is that you as well, or is that city manager? Or is it?
This is with water management.
All right, go ahead.
We secured that funding today.
Okay.
We basically asked them for additional funding for the shortfall of the money it's going to cost to do the project, and they came through and helped us out. The mayor was there this morning and asked them for all their help. They came through.
And how much money?
$300,000.
Okay.
More questions? Discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item G.
City Council Resolution number 2024-19, a resolution of the City Council of the City of Live Oak, Florida, accepting a bid from Anderson Columbia, Inc. related to the sanitary sewer extensions in two separate service areas located within the City of Live Oak, Florida, providing for the award and execution of the contract, and providing for an effective date.
What will be the pleasure of the council?
Call for a motion that we approve resolution 2024-19.
We have a motion
I'll second.
and a second. Discussion?
All right, you got this, Mr. Clerk, that manager?
Jill, you want to talk about the extensions?
By the way, this young man was up at 3 o'clock this morning at the corner of 129 and 90, making sure that we fixed that part of the road. So don't mess with it too long. He needs to sleep.
Oh, I thought he was eating, doing nothing, drinking coffee.
I went with you this morning, Tom. So this is a state sewer project for the Second and
Evelyn?
Evelyn,
Second and Evelyn.
thank you. And then Duval and 105th. So this is going along with that 300,000 shortfall. Just to push this project on through so it can be put the pipe in the dirt.
So now, Jill, is Anderson Columbia gonna do some paving, some concreting, some, what are they doing?
They're gonna be doing the whole project. They're the one that won the bid for that project, and they're gonna be subbing out the underground and then also be doing the paving once the underground utilities are put in.
And then as far as that is being done, what kind of improvement can we see around the city from that? Will that be,
At least 3 new roads paved partially, and then it'll have new sewage and taking these residents off 17th.
okay.
You said partially?
The-
They didn't partially.
Partially.
Oh,
Partially.
partially.
No,
Okay.
partially be the
Okay,
roads will be paved. The areas that will be disturbed will be repaved.
Okay.
okay. So the part that you're repaving, when you all go in there and you repave part of the road, then it leaves the other part of the road, kind of in a mess.
Correct.
So what are the plans for?
That would be, once this project's done, we plan on extending further down the road for future grants to be able to pay for these types of projects and then go further down the road, and then the remainder of the road would be, is the ultimate goal, to get it repaved all the way to the city limits.
I know you don't have a crystal ball, but we're saying, talking about the future. Are you looking into grants already to start taking on that, or?
Every day. But yeah, as soon as when DEP has them available, we're looking into them. Our engineer notifies us when there's potential avenues that the city could benefit from. And they send us, say, hey, is this something that y'all would like for us to pursue? It's either yes or no.